Good morning. It's day 3 of the Money Mindset Reboot Challenge. And I'm Rosemary Cunningham. I'm a money marketing and soul coach, and I'm also a therapist. And I've been at my own business since 1993. And today's theme is scarcity. And it's interesting. This one's come up. And I think it's come up. I'm working very spontaneously this time. And this has come up because I'm looking outside and there is so much scarcity out there. You don't have to look very far. And somebody directed me to this amazing book, The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist, not long ago. It was a lovely lady called Esther. And in there, 2 of the themes are scarcity and also sufficiency. And I read this start to finish. This lady had asked me to speak in her group about sufficiency, and I'd never heard of the term before. If you want to expand this further, please have a look at that book. It's such an eye-opener. So let's have a look at this theme today. And she calls scarcity the great lie because it pervades everything. It pervades our money system. It pervades for most of us our thoughts. And what I've done is I've gone back to my childhood and I've really explored this. And I've been called to explore it again, even more recently, because it's really come up for me in my business because it's time to sort it out. And I feel we're being called to really come to peace with this so we can move forward and help other people as well. So it's this not enoughness, isn't it? And of course, there's also that so within, so without. And I've had a lot of challenges around that not being enough, not being good enough, not being this enough, not being successful enough, not being wealthy enough, and all the shame and the blame and the guilt that goes with that. Whew, big stuff. So my invitation to you today is to explore this. And get your journal out and let's explore it together. Because if you can move yourself and your energy up a few set points about this, everything will change. Everything will change. And just the fact you're here means there's obviously something for you to look at here as well. Okay, so first of all, let's go to our love place, because when you talk about scarcity, we get very in our heads, and I can straight away feel it in my body. I can feel it from my solar plexus down to my belly. And of course, this is a time of a lot of fear in the world. It's being thrown at us again at the moment, isn't it? So these things are going to really come up again. So let's go to our love place. So I'm going to start thinking about my beautiful dog, Benji, who just came up to me, and scarcity does not exist in his life. He was just so full of love. He met me as a complete stranger, and he went to share. He shared his affection with me, and he accepted mine back. And there was this complete acceptance. So find your love place, that beautiful place that just makes you smile and light up, because that is a place of enoughness, of buoyancy, of abundance, of expansiveness, of love. And that is how money wants us to feel. And tomorrow, I've decided we're going to do a money meditation tomorrow. So definitely show up for that. That is when you'll really step into abundance around money. And you'll be feeling and sensing what money wants you to know as well. So a big treat for there tomorrow. And the other thing I realised from my personal experience was it doesn't matter how much money I have, I can still step into scarcity. There was a time when I had a lot of money. I'd sold a house, I had no pressures, I'd paid off all my debts, and I was down the beach one day and I almost had a panic attack. And my thought was, where's the next money coming from? And I also had the same experience about 10 years ago when I first started doing money coaching. And I think I had 8 people sign up in a week for a money coaching course. So I had more money coming in 1 week than I'd ever had coming in my life. And it really scared me. I remember waking up 3 o'clock in the morning, once again thinking, in a cold sweat, where's the next money coming from? So this really does play tricks. And this is the real deep programming from us as a child. So what were you told about when you were little around scarcity? And this may already have come up in yours. So for me, I was told, it feels as though I was told this multiple times, but I'm sure it was only twice. My mum told me that when they were first married, my dad took a 30% pay cut because he wanted a better job more locally. And 30% was a lot of money, isn't it, to have a pay cut? And they had to share an egg for their tea because they didn't have enough money to buy 2 eggs. Okay. And then my gran told me the same story. Well, I know who's listening to this. We're all empaths. We're all highly sensitive people. Whew, I took that on as you didn't have enough. And there was something in me also that when I didn't eat my food and I was told, eat your food, the children in Africa would love that food, so you eat your food. Once again, guilt, shame for not appreciating what I had, not being thankful enough. And these thoughts have come up hugely for me in the last 18 months since lockdown. So please take this opportunity to explore your own, because this stuff is golden. And something I've been doing around this to help clear it is some tapping with a lady I'm working with. So if you feel like you're stuck in that place, there are numerous things you can do to shift yourself out of it. But sometimes just the knowledge is enough. But for me, I've really needed to go around and start shifting this stuff out of my nervous system, which is probably why we've got this challenge going on right now, because I'm in the middle of that. Brilliant. So what Lynn Twist calls is the great lie. And let me just read these out for you. So she talks about 3 different things. Right. She calls them toxic myths of scarcity. The first one is there's not enough. There's not enough to go around. Everyone can't make it. Somebody's always going to be left out. There are way too many people. There's not enough food. There's not enough water. There's not enough air. There's not enough time. There's never enough money. Now, how true are these really? And it all comes from our mindset, which is why this is a money mindset course. And of course, what we focus on is what expands, isn't it? So if we claim our day, I claim today is going to be one where I've got time to do everything I love, where I'm going to experience joy in everything I do. You've claimed your day. You've decided how it's going to be. That is what your brain is going to start manifesting to you. And even with time, there's a thing called Einstein time, which is where from our mind, we can actually expand time. Okay, so this is all things that can be questioned and are down to us at the end of the day. The second one is more is better. Well, when I first started coaching, it was the thing to have your Aston Martin on your computer screen. So many people were really going for those material things. That's what The Secret was about as well, wasn't it? But it didn't bring in the need to actually bring ourselves and our creation process into there. And there are 3 things in the creation process that helps us create those. One of them is how I see me. So if I don't see me as worthy and enough to have that, it's never going to happen. The other one is how I see the world. Do I see the world as somewhere where those kind of things can happen? And the other one is how does the world see me? So does the world see me as someone who's worthy of that, enough to have that? And if those things aren't in alignment, then this could just never happen. And the last one is that's just the way it is. We can't do anything about it. And it's another myth. It's another myth. So all these things are up to be questioned. I don't have time on this call to explore them to a large extent, but I certainly will going forward in the future. So my question for you today is, please just feel around this. Feel into what you were told about there not being enough, you not being enough when you were a child. Probably once again up until about that age of 8, but this does also continue because what we've already got there, our reticular activating system is looking for proof that that's actually true. So it will just start to show you more truth in it. And of course, it's the old thing of if what you think about is what you're going to get back anyway. So if you've got into that state where I am enough, the world provides me with enough, the world sees me as someone who is worthy of that, then that is exactly what will come back to us. So There's various elements to this which we're bringing all together in this week. And so I would love you to, first of all, notice that resistance. And secondly, go out for a walk. Possibly later on, maybe. This is a wonderful time of year to start focusing in on abundance. Look at how much of everything is. The trees are casting millions of leaves at the moment. They're not hanging on to their leaves. They're just letting them go because they know that in 3 months' time there'll be more coming. Yeah. And just that abundant cycle of nature. Your dog will let its fur shed because it knows when it's ready, more will come in. And tune into that beautiful balance of nature. I'm looking out at my balcony, and even though it's really cold today, I've still got flowers out there because they're the ones that are in sync with the season. The winter jasmine over the road is beautiful and yellow at the moment. It's covered in this abundance of gorgeous little yellow flowers because it's in sync with the world and in sync with the seasons. And it knows its inner core and its abundance, and it trusts itself. So this is what we're looking for. So I challenge you to just go out and look for the abundance today. And when you go past the house and it's covered with beautiful Christmas lights, go, wow, wow. And just a little tip there, which came from a guy called Matt Kahn. He said he had a time when he was really experiencing that kind of scarcity in his life. And his solution was, first of all, to get really excited when his credit card statements came in. Wow, they've lent me all this money, fantastic. So changing the energy around the to the wow, there's an abundance here. Someone's abundant enough to lend me all this money. Wow. And he said that was the point when he started paying his credit cards off. And the other thing was, he said when he started looking around and saying congratulations on your abundance to anything and everything, and that could be to that beautiful bush, it could be to your neighbours, just in your head if you like, or you can say it out loud, because they've got a house covered with thousands of beautiful twinkly lights at this time of year. Or you go into the co-op at the top of the road and there's so much food in there. There is so much food to choose from. We are so abundant here. And you look round the shelves. I mean, we've got bananas that come from 5,000 miles away. How abundant is that? And you can still buy them for £1. For me, that is true abundance. And things on the shelf from all different countries in the world, just available. We could just go and pick them up and bring them home and cook them. That, for me, is the essence of abundance. And the challenge is to bring ourselves back to it. I think the default setting in our society and the world in general, the myth that Lynn talks about, is so powerful that I've noticed with me, I can go into that beautiful state of abundance and then I can just drop back into that again. And this is why this stuff takes practice. This is why I'm creating a group of women going forward for next year. And I'm going to do another money program where we can get together for a couple of months and do this stuff, because you need the accountability of a group where you can continually bring yourself back to center. Back to center. Yeah, abundance. I remember that thing. That's why I've got on the wall here, I am open to all possibilities, because my default is to go, oh, it's not working. It's not working. And if you've got a beautiful accumulator archetype, then you will be even more like this, because the accumulator, their default is always to think there's not enough, and you have to squirrel it away because you don't know when the next bit's going to come in. Whereas the romantic, I don't know if I've got a romantic card here. No, I haven't got romantic here. No, I haven't got romantic here. But the romantic is much more there's always plenty of money. There's always plenty of money. And the celebrity is more like that as well. And this is the other thing I'll be doing on the course, is to do your money archetypes, to really get to understand your deep money personality in a way you've never understood yourself before. So you can start working with it and bringing out the best, and really living into your whole purpose around your self-worth and your money and what you're here to bring to the world and other people. Because, of course, the more centered and abundant you are, the more you emanate that, and it will just, that vibration will have an effect on the whole of the consciousness, and also particularly your family, your clients, everyone you work with. So once again, your 2 tasks today, just to be aware of where scarcity has been taught to you in your life and you're still seeing and perceiving it, please write it down. I'm going to put the day 3 tile in the group in a minute. Come and write a few things there if you would, but also get your notebook and write these down yourself, because what it does is it gets it out of your head and onto paper, and then you physicalized it, and then you're looking at it and you're going, oh yeah, and you can process it in a different way. So write down about your experiences, write down your resistance as well, and also just go out for a walk and start looking for the abundance, or just look out the window and really feel it. And what Matt Kahn did, he said he would just say, oh, congratulations on your abundance. And it might be someone with a family of 4 children. Wow, congratulations, you're on your abundance. You've got 4 kids. That's fantastic. And he said a couple of years later, he was doing a workshop and he had a couple of 100 people there. So he'd kind of gone from 0 to filling a room. He had an abundant room of clients. And somebody said to him, they came up and said, I don't know why I've got to say this, but I've got to say this to you. Congratulations on your abundance. And he'd literally been delivered back what he'd been saying. So once again, congratulations on your abundance today. Have a good day, and we will be back. And tomorrow we will reflect on this, but we will also do a money meditation. Have a good day and enjoy. And thank you very much for watching. Let's just see who's here.